Hi, it's Marina the Soul Alchemist. It's time for Pick Your Own Card weekly guidance. Oh my God, what a week we've got coming up. Lots of events going on this week. This is from the 16th of September through to the 22nd of September. So in this week, we have a super full moon in Pisces, which is my sign, sun and moon, double whammy. And it's also the equinox, whether that's spring or autumn. Where I am, it's autumn in the Northern Hemisphere. So we've got this real mix of balance and attaining balance through this week, and maybe reflecting where we don't have balance and where we can bring a bit more balance into our lives. But with the full moon in Pisces, you've also obviously got the opportunity to release all things that are not serving or supporting you. With it being Pisces, it's connected with intuition, psychic abilities. It's a water sign, so it's connected with emotions, really kind of being able to go under the surface of the emotions, going deeper. It's dream work, it's scrying, it's compassion, it's empathy. You may feel a bit more emotional this week, or allowing emotional releases to happen. So that's kind of just the collective energies. Of course, I'm bringing you this themed week, which is actually focused around the bonus card, which is money and wealth. So there's definitely a process with being able to encourage more money and wealth into your experience. And there's three different things. Well, actually, no, for taking the bonus card as well, there's 4 steps to being able to enhance your money flow, your prosperity, and your wealth flow, whatever it is that you want to connect with. And that could be the money, but it could be wealth, and whatever wealth means to you. For some people, it's not about the money, it's about the health, it's about the love, it's about time freedom, it's about travel. So it's going to be different for other people, you know, for everyone is going to be different. But what we've got is a full moon to support us with any release work, which number 3, the 3rd step of this process, is going to really encourage. But there could be some things that come from cards 1 and cards 2. You've got now like that full moon on the 17th to support you with that. You've also got Sunday for the equinox to also just use the energies of the equinox to bring more balance to your bank balance. So it's all perfect. Bring more balance to your bank balance. I'm probably going to put that in the in the title. So if you're unfamiliar, if you're completely new to my page, you're very, very welcome. I use the Akashic Oracle card deck, which is my deck. It's a modality in a box, and it's a physical portal into the Akashic records. It comes with a key pendulum, it comes with a key that you can turn into a pendulum to activate karmic healing, and also a free masterclass. But on top of that, I am also launching a certification. So this is a 12-week journey, well, 12 calls. It's going to be slightly longer than 12 weeks. It starts on the 10th of the 10th. It stands on the 10th of October, the 1010 portal. And we are going to be going deep into the Akashic record deck, which is going to really help you to understand how to use this deck to the maximum level possible to support your readings, your growth, and that of those people that you also read for, and also understanding the different ways that you can do the healing through the cards with the key. So I'm going to be sharing way more on that certification. It is accredited, so there will be an assessment and all of that. So you come away with social proof that you are a certified Akashic Oracle card reader and healer, and you can kind of get yourself out there and maybe have an extra income, or just feel more confident and secure with using the Akashic records to support creating beautiful soul alignment in your life. So let's get down to the cards. There is a link actually for the certification and the cards in the description or in the comments, so check that out as well. So the step 1 of supporting this money, wealth, kind of alignment for this week is all about confidence. So how confident are you with money, abundance, prosperity, and wealth? Do you have a confident relationship with the energy of money? Do you have a confident relationship with the ability to call in more prosperity and wealth? Where is your confidence with this? And that's what this card is asking for. So if we take money, for example, do you have a strong relationship, a healthy relationship with the energy of money, with cash? Or is it a relationship that perhaps has been a little bit turbulent, a bit up and down? Money, for me, is one of the greatest healers and enablers that we can have in our human experience, because it shows us all of our limiting beliefs, our conditioning, our traumas, our wounds, and also it also shows us where it enables us to be able to experience life to the fullest in terms of travel, experiences, bringing things into your home, all of those types of things. Money is an enabler, but it's also a destroyer. And it's not money that does that, it's the person that holds the money, it's the person that uses the money. That's where, you know, that's the person that's using money, you know. And so how confident are you with money? Do you feel like you have a good relationship or not? And this is what this card is asking. How can you become more confident with a sense of maybe worthiness around money, knowing that you're deserving of more money or deserving of more wealth, more prosperity, more abundance? And so what you can see with this card is we've got this beautiful glow. So there's a lot of gold and kind of really high vibes in this card. It's, you know, it always reminds me of the the solar plexus chakra, because there's a lot of yellow. It's bold, it's confidence. We've got the beautiful angel wings that are outspread. However, she's still unfurling herself. So there's still a little bit of insecurity. There's still a bit of reluctance, I feel. I don't always get this from this card, but this is what I'm feeling at the moment, of not being fully confident to kind of be like, hey, I'm here, you know, I'm loud and I'm proud. There's still this kind of like, I'm not sure, I'm kind of working on it, and I've spread out my wings and I can see my progress, but there's a little bit more for me to do. So it could be that you need to be a bit more aware around your money habits and patterns, the thoughts that you have around money, the feelings you have around money, the memories you have around money. And if there's anything there that feels uncomfortable, or there's this sense of frustration or unworthiness or not being good enough, or it's not going to happen to me or for me, that's something for you to look at. And it's a simple question of, why do I think that? Why do I feel that? And where does that come from? Is it mine or is it somebody else's? Do I have proof? Do I have an experience that directly relates to this thought or feeling? And so some of it will be assumption, some of it will be direct experience, and there's a fear that that's going to be repeated again. And so we may need to do a bit more work around that so that that fear is not there. Or it's there, but it doesn't hold us back. We may just have a little bit more kind of discernment with our decisions and choices going forward. But some of it just may not be yours, and it's just a learned belief or a learned assumption or a learned opinion. And sometimes we agree to these opinions because we want to fit in. We want to fit in with the family. We want to fit in with the people at work. And so we just agree. And that might have been years ago when we've agreed, but actually it's still present within our mental bodies. It's still present within our energetic body. And so that can just be turfed out. It can be rooted out and released. And that's like, well, that's not my truth anymore. Maybe it was never my truth, but I accepted it as a truth. It's no longer my truth. And I want to build more confidence around being able to receive money, being able to hold money, to be able to spend money, to nurture, nourish money. These are skills that we have to learn. We're not taught this at school. It needs to be taught in school. Money management needs to be taught in school. But it's not at the moment. So we have to do our own education. And so with education and with knowledge, and being able to go and look at these things that might feel a little bit icky, because, you know, some families say it's wrong to talk about money. We don't, like, my mum was like, we don't talk about money at the table. I'm just like, all right, okay, let's just all stand up and we'll go over there. We'll talk about money over there. And that's because I was curious, and I love to ask questions about money, because I love money. And the people that know me just know that I am very open about my love of money. I love to have money in my experience because it is a facilitator, and it does good, and we can spread that money. It facilitates me to support other soul sisters, soul brothers, you know, local community business. You know, it gets shared back out again. So it's, you know, money is spread around. It's a flow, it's an energy. So, but we don't have to spend all of it, you know, so that's where the good, being confident around being able to hold money. For some people, that's uncomfortable and they have to spend it. As soon as it comes in, it has to go out. And it might be disguised as a bill or something breaking down, but actually it's an energetic thing that you have that you can't hold, or believe that you can hold money. And it's looking at the belief on that and expanding your ability to, your energetic frequency to hold some money. And that's a simple thing of just allow yourself to have a pound that gets increased every week by another pound, so that you build up a savings pot. And what you're doing is you're teaching your energetic field and your subconscious that it's safe to hold money. It's safe. And you know, there could be lots of things, the reasons why you need to release money. It could be programming and conditioning from family, but also it could be a past life thing where it was safer to release the money because otherwise you would have been robbed, attacked, or that has happened. So you just never wanted to have money, or you agreed to be poor. You took a vow of poverty with maybe a religious organization. And so it was wrong to have money. There's lots of reasons why. So this is about you building up confidence with the energy of money, but I'm going to extend that to abundance, prosperity, and wealth. So all of that, if you've got a really beautiful relationship with money, you feel very confident with it in terms of how you manage it. You have money dates and you've got no issues of looking at your spending. There's no guilt, there's no shame connected with that. It is what it is. You're very neutral. Then apply all of this to some other area of your life where you would like more wealth and abundance and prosperity. So I know I went on a little bit there, but there was a lot to share in that particular card. So let me know how that card resonates. Of course, if you want to go deeper and have a one-to-one session around the energy of money. So if you want to say, I'd like have a money reading where we can do some AKASHIC like clearing work as well around the flow of money. I do have like my AKASHIC Oracle empowerment sessions. We can totally tailor for money, just like money specifically. So we go on to card 2. So this is step 2 of really being able to open up your money connection, and it's success. And so this is for me being deserving of success, feeling deserving of success, and being able to anchor that in. And so we have to hold the energy of our prosperity, our wealth, abundance, money, whatever it is for you, long enough for us to have a relationship with it, to be able to anchor it in. So it's embodied, we feel comfortable with it. And then what that is telling the universe and what it's showing for ourselves is that we are able to handle this. We feel safe and secure with this, and we can expand it. So this not only allows us to feel anchored and safe and we're doing the thing, and yeah, we've got an increased amount of money coming in, it's perfect. It opens up then our ability to then invite more of that in. So that's what we've got. We've kind of got this overflow of magnetism of abundance and wealth because we have opened ourselves up. We feel safe, we feel secure with the levels that we've managed to get to in terms of holding this beautiful abundance in whatever form it is. And if we intend it or we ask for more, then we are able to invite more in. But this is dependent on how worthy we feel around having the success of abundance, prosperity, money in our life. And do we feel anchored in on that? Do we feel embodied? Do we believe it in ourselves fully down to our core that we are worthy of having more? Having limitless amounts of prosperity, wealth, and abundance. How does that feel in your body when I say that? Is there a bit of discomfort in terms of, well, if I've got it all, then that's not fair because there's lots of other people on this planet that don't, and that would make me feel uncomfortable. So it's looking at that discomfort, because ideally, we want the people that are aligned to hold the prosperity, the wealth, and the abundance, because they're the ones that are going to do great things with it. But we don't want to have any guilt or shame about being able to hold massive amounts of money or wealth or abundance, because we won't get it. We won't be able to receive it in the ways that we could potentially receive it. So how worthy do you feel of being successful with prosperity, wealth, and abundance, money flow, attracted to you, not needing to do anything for it, just lands in your lap, haven't had to work hard, haven't had to justify why you've received it, explain it to anybody. It's just landing, it's coming in like water. How does that feel? Does it feel uncomfortable, or does it feel like, oh my God, yes, please? And I would totally be able to embody all of that, and there would be no sense of discomfort or a sense of fear or judgment or criticism that would pop up. Now, of course, I'd say most of us are going to have something within that, because there's a part of us that feels cynical about that. There's a cynic, for me, it'd be like, well, who's going to come knocking on the door perhaps? Or is it going to get taken away? Or what do I have to do for, I mean, the one for me mainly will be, what do I have to do in return for receiving this? I would be kind of almost expecting that somebody would then come knocking on the door and say, okay, you've just received this large amount of prosperity and wealth. Now we want you to, and then they have their like big contract that scrolls out, and you've got to sign your name at the bottom. And where does that come from? Who knows? So clearly that's a past life thing that I'm just channeling through here. So I'm just going to ask for my guides to cancel or delete that, please. If it's for my highest good, I'm just going to release that from my Akashic records and from my energy fields and my energetic DNA. I don't need to do anything, and I don't need to fear having to pay back in some way to be able to have this and receive this abundance. So that's my question for you. How comfortable do you feel in receiving limitless amounts of success without needing to do anything? And if there's any bits and pieces underneath that, then again, this is an invitation for you to look at that. But essentially, if we feel really embodied and we feel confident with being able to receive more, and this is what we kind of work on, then we will be able to attract more without conditions. This is what we want. We don't want any conditions attached. We want to just know that I am worthy enough to receive what I believe, I'm worthy of. And that's it. That's the end of it. So I'm putting that out, and I'm just going to let it go and wait for it to land. And it sounds really simple. It can be that simple, but we do like to complicate it. So just notice, when it comes to success of prosperity, wealth, and abundance, do you attach any conditions to that? What are those conditions? And what can you do to start to release those conditions? Just knowing that you are worthy of success in all shapes and forms, and you don't have to do anything for it. So that's card 2. Let me know how that card resonates. And we're going to go now on to card 3. This is step 3. So we're 3 steps into this process. We've talked about confidence. We've talked about success. This is specifically a releasing, but it's really needing to tuning into having this like increased success around money, wealth, prosperity, and abundance. Do we need to release any guilt? So we've kind of touched on that already with a couple of these cards already, that guilt might be something that pops up, that how can I have all of this wealth, prosperity, abundance, have a really good life when there's others that suffer around me? There's so much suffering and destruction in the world. How could I possibly have all of this land to me and not feel guilty about it? And this card is saying, release that guilt, because, as I've already mentioned, the more that the energy of money, prosperity, wealth, and abundance can get into people that hold the light, they're going to do good things with that. They're going to show others that it's safe to have prosperity, wealth, and abundance. And this can be shared about the planet. So releasing guilt around that, and just recognizing where that guilt comes from. Is it your guilt? Is it somebody else's guilt that you're holding for them? And this is about just releasing all of those burdens and stepping into the light, stepping into this new paradigm of, you know, how we connect with the energy of money, but also prosperity, wealth, and abundance. Knowing that the universe is an abundance, you know, place, and there is unlimitless abundance, but we're definitely not programmed to feel that. And certainly we are definitely shown that that's not the case in the way that we live on this planet at the moment. That's purposely placed, and that's purposely done to keep this disparity between levels of abundance and prosperity. It's purposely done to create separation, to create division, all purposely done. And the more that we can understand and realize that and really feel that in our body, the more that we are able to make a change with that. So releasing guilt. If there's anything else that you want to release from a guilt perspective with anything else, it may not directly connect with prosperity, wealth, and abundance, but I bet your bottom dollar that indirectly any guilt that you are holding will be impacting your prosperity, wealth, money, and abundance. It's just one of those energies that can infiltrate all aspects of our life. So if you are carrying guilt for whatever reason, ask yourself, why am I feeling guilty about that? Where is it coming from? Is it mine? And am I ready to let that go? Am I ready to change my mindset, my feelings around this? Am I ready to maybe forgive and just allow this guilt to go? Release that guilt, release that burden. I think I have a meditation, so I will tag that on to the end here, because I think that would be a good one for anybody that is really feeling that they can tune into the Akashic meditation to release guilt. So that's the 3 steps. Confidence. How can you build more confidence with prosperity, wealth, and abundance? Being able to really embrace it, receive it. Success. Are you worthy of success? Are you worthy of having more? Are you able to energetically expand your abundance into your experience? Are you able to expand your frequency to hold that? Where are there elements of guilt around you having more than others, being more successful in inverted commas than others, you know, we can definitely not want to break through and expand and evolve and increase our own wealth and prosperity because we feel that we have to stay at the same level of those around us, because we don't want to be ostracized. We don't want to be kicked out of the family, kicked out of the friendship circles. It's a very innate kind of like part of the survival instinct that's going on within us. So we will purposely, again, just keep ourselves small because we don't want to upset others. Again, it's normal. It's normal. Okay, so the bonus card is money and wealth. Interestingly, it's not a money card as in from the money chamber part of the deck, but this, oh my God, this oozes abundance and prosperity and wealth in all of its forms. And it's the nature card. And so it's Mother Nature's abundance, prosperity, and wealth. So this, for me, when it comes to money and wealth this week, it's not about necessarily focusing on the money, as it were. It's about these experiences that feel rich and feel nurturing and nourishing to you. And that indirectly calls in the abundance. It calls in the money. It calls in the wealth. It calls in all of the prosperity. So my invitation for you is to make sure you connect with nature this week. Very simple. So even if it's with the full moon and you're going out into the garden, getting your bare feet on the ground, maybe just notice your surroundings, listen to whatever nature might be there in the back garden. There might be quite a bit of traffic, but they hopefully will be some birds that you can hear, or get yourself down to a piece of nature. It's not possible for everybody. For some people, even just having your plants around you, just sitting near a plant, maybe meditating with a plant, feels appropriate. Listening to the sound of water, you know, like a soundtrack off YouTube that's got the elements of water, maybe some bird song. This is all just connecting you with nature through your senses. So obviously, visibly, and like, getting all of your senses out into nature is, you know, the ideal, but it's, you know, it's not always possible, but we can hack it, and we can bring nature into the indoors, and we can really help ourselves connect with nature. Having all of your crystals and things, you know, they're elements of nature. So the focus is about your, you know, a mental, emotional, spiritual, physical well-being, and this connection to Mother Earth, and her beauty and her abundance that she has. And it's interesting because we're going into the equinox, so that's kind of like all about balance. So this is really taking you from a money and wealth perspective away from that energy, in a sense, of in the physical money, and taking you into nature. So it's all about balance, all about balance. So how can you bring more balance into your experience this week, which is going to open up the prosperity, abundance, wealth, and money channels for you? It may not make sense, so it doesn't need to make sense. Just go be in nature and feel abundant there, and that abundance shows up in other ways in your life. So let me know what you thought to those cards. So that's like 4 steps to increasing your abundance through this week. I would love to hear your progress and what you kind of experience by the end of the week. I'd love to get some updates and kind of how things shift and what things you discover over this next week. And have a beautiful full moon, have a beautiful equinox. And if you are interested in the Akashic Oracle card certification, click the link. If you've got questions, please let me know. I have added a 6-month payment plan now, so you can actually step into this certification for £74 per month. So it's incredible value. I've made it as affordable as possible, and it's accessible as possible as well. to ensure that you feel confident with using the Akashic Records through a deck of cards and be able to activate effective karmic healing. Okay, so love and blessings. Have a beautiful week, and I'll speak to you soon.